Namaskar, India Meteorological Department IMD welcomes you in its weekly weather discussion. Today is 10th March 2022. So in this weather discussion, we will discuss about past week weather observed and synoptic systems and weather forecast for next 2 weeks. Accordingly, I have mentioned here last week's observed rainfall during 3rd to 9th March 2022. So this is the rainfall of 3rd to 6th March in this slide. So on 3rd March, Andaman Nicobar Islands, one of the station Nankavli reported 1 centimeter. In the Met subdivision of Jammu Kashmir and Ladakh, Gulmarg reported 1 centimeter. In East Madhya Pradesh, this one of the station reported 1 centimeter. On 4th March, Southern Island, West Bengal, Sikkim, Himachal Pradesh, Jammu Kashmir and Ladakh reported light to moderate rainfall. And on 5th March, this West Madhya Pradesh, East Madhya Pradesh, and Tamil Nadu reported light rainfall and of the order of 1 centimeter. On 6th March, Kerala and Mahi, one of the stations reported 1 centimeter, that is light rainfall. Then on 7th March, again Jammu Kashmir, Ladakh, Med subdivision reported light to moderate rainfall, and Kerala and Mahi also reported light to moderate rainfall on 7th March. And on 8th March, this Jammu Kashmir, West Madhya Pradesh, Madhya Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, and Kerala and Mahi reported light to moderate rainfall. And on the same day, Tamil Nadu, Puducherry, and Karaikal Met subdivision, Tuticorin reported 10 centimeter and Tuticorin Port reported 9 centimeter. That is heavy rainfall in isolated pockets. And on 9th March, this West Rajasthan, East Rajasthan, West Madhya Pradesh, Madhya Maharashtra, Marathwada, Tamil Nadu, Puducherry, Karaikal, coastal Karnataka, South Interior Karnataka, and Kerala and Mahi reported light to moderate rainfall. And on same day, this on 9th March, this Tamil Nadu, one of the station reported that is Kayal Patnam reported 7 centimeter, that is heavy rainfall. So this is the rainfall scenario during last week, that is during 3rd to 9th March 2022. Accordingly, this map format, this weekly rainfall has been also distributed in Indian map. So you can see that this in the category of light rainfall and in some pockets of moderate rainfall is shown here. You can see over western region, Punjab, parts of Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, parts of North Odisha, and this Southern West Bengal and South Jharkhand, and also Tamil Nadu, Puducherry, Karaikal, Andaman Nicobar Islands, and Kerala and Mahe. In this way map, you can see the this rainfall scenario. So now this is the satellite imagery and this synoptic systems prevailing last week. So last week actually three western disturbances reported over the region, and they passed from west to east across North India. And last week also one depression and that is deep depression also observed over this Bay of Bengal. So these are the some of the synoptic system during last week, that is the western disturbance, its induced cyclonic circulation, and deep depression. So accordingly, I have also given the track of this depression over Bay of Bengal. This was the track of depression. So you can see that last week's Palmark low pressure area over central parts of South Bay of Bengal and adjoining equatorial Indian Ocean moved west northwestwards and intensified into depression over southwest Bay of Bengal and adjoining equatorial Indian Ocean in the early morning of 3rd March 2022. So then it intensified into a deep depression in the evening of 4th March, and then it weakened into depression around midnight of 5th March, and it further weakened into Belmark low pressure area over southwest Bay of Bengal in the morning of 6th March 2022, and it further weakened into low pressure area over southwest Bay of Bengal in the evening of 6th March, that is same day, and then low pressure area become less marked uh, and associated cyclone circulation lay over Gulf of Mannar and neighborhood in the low tropospheric level in the early morning hours of 7th March 2022. So from this you can also see the track of this movement of this deep depression. Also from this is the observed track of deep depression over southwest Bay of Bengal. However, this system has not given any significant amount of rainfall over Tamil Nadu. However, light to moderate rainfall has been observed during the period of depression. So this is the last week's rainfall scenario and seasonal scenario. That is last week, that is during 3rd March to 9th March, and season 1st March 9th March 2022. So from here you can see that left hand side map is this weekly map, and right hand side map is the seasonal map. So you can see that these three subdivisions, that is West Rajasthan, East Rajasthan, and this Madhya Maharashtra, reported excess rainfall, that is above normal rainfall. And otherwise, other than West MP, most of the subdivisions either reported this less rainfall or no rainfall over the country. And as far as the season is concerned, if we look at large excess rainfall, three met subdivisions reported here, that is Andaman Nicobar Islands, Madhya Maharashtra, and East Rajasthan. And excess rainfall, no subdivision reported, and normal reported rainfall over 4 met subdivision, and deficient rainfall reported over 3 met subdivisions, and large deficient over 19 met subdivisions, and no rainfall reported over 7 met subdivisions. So overall, we can say that country as a whole over the season it is minus 76%, and during the week of last this is minus 75%. So only these three or four met subdivision reported rainfall, that is Rajasthan, West Madhya Pradesh, Madhya Maharashtra, and Andaman Nicobar Islands, and otherwise no significant rainfall has been realized during last week. So this is a weather forecast for next 2 weeks, that is during 10th March, 23rd March. So as far as this cyclogenesis possibility is concerned, no cyclogenesis is expected over North Indian Ocean during the next 2 weeks. However, favorable MGO and sea conditions and various model guidance indicate development of a cyclonic circulation over central parts of South Bay of Bengal during first half of week 1, leading to enhanced convective activity over the region. So this is the outlook for next 2 weeks in connection with cyclogenesis. So I've already mentioned that no cyclogenesis is expected over North Indian Ocean during next 2 weeks. And these are the synoptic system prevailing today. So today actually one cyclonic circulation lies over this south east and adjoining southwest Bay of Bengal and equatorial Indian Ocean, and it extends up to 5.8 kilometer above mean sea level. And one induced cyclonic circulation lies over southeast Rajasthan and neighborhood, and western disturbance is seen as a cyclonic circulation over North Haryana and neighborhood, and trough aloft in mid and upper tropospheric westerlies with its axis at 5.8 runs roughly around, this is 78 degree east and 22 degree north. These are the 2-3 synoptic systems prevailing today over parts of the country. And accordingly, weather warnings, you can see here for during next 5 days no significant weather warnings has been issued for any part of the country except today, where this thunderstorm activity is expected over Uttarakhand and Madhya Maharashtra and Konkan and Goa met subdivisions. Otherwise, during next 4-5 days no significant weather warning has been issued. And so this is the extended range forecast for next 2 weeks. This is week 1 and this is week 2 based on this our numerical weather prediction models. So we will discuss in our rainfall forecast summary for week 1 and week 2 in forthcoming slides. So this is rainfall forecast for week 1, that is during 10 to 16th March 2022. So due to the wind confluence and convergence, South Peninsular India is in low tropospheric levels. Isolated light rainfall activity is likely to continue over the South Peninsular India, that is Kerala and Mahe, during most days of the week, and over coastal Karnataka and Lakshadweep during next 2 days, and over Tamil Nadu during 12 to 14th March 2022. And light and rainfall with thunderstorm and lightning very likely to continue at isolated places over Konkan and Goa, Madhya Maharashtra and Marathwada today, that is during next 24 hours. And due to the western disturbance, as I already mentioned, as a scissor over this North Haryana neighborhood, and so under the influence of this light rainfall, snowfall is very likely over Jammu Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, and with thunderstorm lightning activity over Uttarakhand on 10th March, that is during next 24 hours, and dry weather is expected over these met subdivisions. And under the influence of cyclone circulation over southeast and adjoining southwest Bay of Bengal, as already seen in synoptic system today. So Under its influence, scattered to fairly widespread light to moderate rainfall is expected over Andaman and Nicobar Islands during next 2 days. Other than these subdivisions, that is Western Mar region and Andaman Nicobar Islands, dry weather is likely, and remaining parts of the country during most days of the week. And overall, we can say that rainfall activity is likely to be below normal over most parts of the country during the week. And as far as rainfall outlook for week 2 is concerned, so due to the trough and wind discontinuity over South Peninsular India, isolated to scattered rainfall activity along with thunderstorm is likely over extreme South Peninsular India during many days of the week, that is week 2 during 17 to 23rd March 2022. And due to the trough over Northeast India, thunderstorm activity also likely over Northeast and adjoining East India during some days of the week. Overall, we can say that rainfall activity is likely to be below normal over most parts of the country except extreme South Peninsular India and Andaman Nicobar Islands, where it is likely to be normal to be above normal. Now we go to the maximum temperature forecast for next 2 weeks. So this is the this maps generated from the this MME and this numerical weather prediction models. So we will discuss in here maximum temperature for week 1, that is during 10 to 16 March 2022. So as on today, that is on 9th March, maximum temperatures actually are above, that is more than 35 degrees Celsius over many parts of Gujarat, Kerala and Mahe, Telangana, Rayalaseema, Tamil Nadu. And these were above normal by 2 to 4 degrees Celsius over many parts of Gujarat, Konkan and Goa and Kerala and Mahe. And as far as forecast is concerned, so no significant change in maximum temperature very likely over northwest and central India during next 2 days, and gradual rise by 2 to 4 degrees Celsius thereafter. And gradual rise in maximum temperature by 2 to 3 degrees Celsius very likely over Gujarat state during first half of the week, and no significant change thereafter. No significant change in maximum temperature over rest parts of the country other than what I have told, and no significant heat wave conditions likely over any parts of the country during the week. So this is the highlight that during week 1, no significant heat wave conditions are likely. Now outlook for maximum temperature for week 2 during 17 to 23rd March. So maximum temperatures are very likely gradual rise in maximum temperature over most parts of the country as compared to week 1, and maximum temperatures are likely to above normal by 2 to 4 degrees Celsius over many parts of northwest, central, east and northeast India and north peninsular India, and near normal over rest parts of the country. So now this is the highlight that heat wave at isolated pockets likely over Gujarat and adjoining areas during some days of week 2, that is during 17 to 23rd March 2022. So this is the highlight of week 2, that heat wave is expected in isolated pockets over Gujarat and adjoining areas during some days of week 2. So this is all about today's weather briefing. This is weekly weather discussion, and during next week we will meet again with another episode of weekly weather discussion. Till then, stay healthy. Bye.